Wanted to welcome everybody back. We are 2 weeks away from ETHDenver 2022. I'm so excited. I know everybody is just incredibly excited. The team is working overtime to put everything together and make sure everybody knows what's going on with ETHDenver this year. And that's what these live streams are all about. So we're basically going to jump into some of the content that we have not covered yet. I know we have information about venues, we have information about the Spark DAO sponsorship contest, and much, much more. So without further ado, I think we should just bring up the slides and get going. So I'm going to go through a number of announcements here. First, let's go over the agenda. We have the free childcare announcement. We're going to talk about all the venues. We're going to go over this Spork Whale VIP ticket raffle. So I think that's for sponsorships and stuff. The Buffacorn Biddle Brigade contest winners, that's really exciting. Travel and the Mountain Retreat, judging, and the bounties once more, because that's what everybody wants to know about. They want to know how to win. So yeah, let's jump into it. Let's go over the free childcare announcement. Jump to that next slide. There we go. Awesome. So free childcare is one of the things that ETHDenver has always, well, actually, I don't think that's true. They haven't always offered it, but they started offering it in, I believe, 2020. And John Poller will correct me if I'm wrong there. But basically, free childcare, I think it's in the... Oh, it's across from the Art Hotel this year. Previously, it was close to the Zen Zone. We have many venues, which I'll talk about in a moment this year. So we'll sort all of that out for you. But basically, free childcare is back. It's awesome. There's a wicked staff to look after your kiddos and your kiddies, and it's really great because you can just, you know, if you have kids and you haven't been able to make plans, you can just drop your kids off. You can network and kind of meet up with everybody. You can attend talks, or you can give your talk if you're actually a speaker. So this is really, really convenient. It's located, I guess, right across the street from the Art Hotel this year. So that's really convenient. A lot of people are booking at either the Art Hotel or at any of the venues, or sorry, any of the accommodations that are close to the Art Hotel and the venues. The Art Hotel is only 2 blocks from the Sports Castle, the main venue, and it's just a hop, skip, and a jump from many of the other venues. So if you need any more information about that, hello@ethdenver.com, and you can ask about free childcare. All right, let's move on to the exciting place. Yeah, venues. So this year, because there are so many people who have responded and confirmed that they are attending, like we're talking many more people than we had in previous years. Just to give you an idea, the last IRL ETHDenver was 2,000 people in 2020, and this coming 2022 is going to have, I believe 6,000 people are already confirmed, like actually confirmed to be coming, and over 10,000 people, I think, have basically expressed interest. So this is going to be a really big event. Now we understand, obviously, with COVID and with all sorts of other space restrictions, and just making sure people feel safe and comfortable, we can't fit everyone in every venue all the time. So what we have is we have added many more venues. Now, don't be afraid if you can't get into the venue to see a talk that you have sort of had your heart set on, because we're actually live streaming everything here on this Twitch channel. And we're also going to be actually like cross streaming across venues. So we were joking earlier that this is the closest thing that we have to a portal gun or some sort of, ability to jump into a screen and pop out in another venue. So that's happening all throughout the event. And then, of course, there will be video on demand immediately after each day closes, we'll have video on demand. So if you missed a talk during the day, no matter where you were, you can always catch up. So that's what's really great about this. I'm going to go into the venues in detail now. So I'm going to talk through the specific venues as you see them on the map here. So the Art Hotel, this is where ETHDenver kicks off on Friday, February 11th, and the action keeps going until February 20th. The Art Hotel it's a beautiful hotel, by the way, and there were some events held there in 2020 that were really awesome. So there's COVID testing and registration here on the first floor, and you're going to take the elevator up to the fourth floor where Biddle Week has kind of like a hub there. That's powered by Thesis. Then the fun doesn't stop, because this is where the buses pick up for the mountain retreat as well. So that's February 21st, after all of the Denver action is over. This is how we head to Breckenridge. We meet at the Art Hotel to pick up the buses. So moving right along History, Colorado. So that's right across the street from the Art Hotel. This is where the free childcare I was talking about is going to be offered on the top floor. So you have to register for free childcare by February 8th. So again, you can message hello@ethddenver.com and just say, I need to register for some free childcare, and someone will help you out with that. So the next venue is Meerus Temple 1134. There's sort of 3 buildings combined in one, and there's many Biddle Week talks and workshops and evening activities. They're all taking place here from February 14th until the 17th. Then it's going to transform into a core ETHDenver venue with activities in each space. And what we mean by that is that there's going to be a lot of hacking and a lot of like extra talks and supplementary kind of sponsor presentations and ways for you to get help with your hack. And they're going to be on all the different venues. So again, if you can't get into one venue, don't worry about it. Your team, you guys can always relocate and get somewhere else. So there's a lot of places where you can do stuff like this. So next is the Mirus Gallery on Friday, February 18th. The first floor of Mirus becomes the track hub. So that's where biddlers and guests can connect with the 9 track sponsors, and they can learn about the tracks, and they can just discuss what they're excited about building. So that is going to be, that's also going to give some information about what the judges will be looking for. So we're going to talk about judging and stuff at the end of this live stream as well, once again. So anyway, just look for that in the Mirus Gallery. That's everything you need to know about tracks, judging, and how to get kind of qualify and get involved in each track. The Mirus Loft is the second floor of this venue, and it's going to be a 24-hour Biddle workspace from Friday all the way through until Sunday at 8 a.m. Power, Wi-Fi, the usual stuff that you need, refreshments and stuff for hacking. Let's jump to the next venue. The next venue is Temple. Temple's pretty cool. And basically it's going to spring to life. If you can't tell, I'm reading notes, somebody else's language, then that's where my air quotes are coming from. But yeah, Temple springs to life on Thursday, February 17th. It's a 3-story complex which features stages and talks each day, as well as rebroadcasts of the major events like the opening and closing ceremonies. So that's the thing I was talking about sort of not worrying about getting to see everything and not worrying about actually physically being in front of a stage. You can attend talks and you can kind of see streams of talks on your own devices over Twitch, or you can see rebroadcasts in other venues, which is really cool. So 11:34 on Friday and Saturday, this will become the Blockchain 101 hub. So any sort of noobs, blockchain Web3 noobs, you can figure stuff out. You'll have the opportunity to have hands-on training. So there's going to be so many blockchain workshops. I think there's 4 of them, and learning basics like how to use wallets and all sorts of other stuff. So that's really cool. In the loft there at 11:34, the second floor will be converted into another 24-hour Biddle workspace between Friday and Sunday. So just like the Mirus Loft, there'll be tables, power, Wi-Fi, refreshments to keep the biddlers powered up. Jonas. Okay, so let's talk about Jonas. So the top floor of the historic Jonas Brothers Fur building has been transformed into an epic Biddle space. That's between February 14th and 17th, powered by Near Protocol. Friday, February 18th through Sunday, February 20th, the Penthouse becomes the Bufficorn PFP Lounge. So again, during Biddle Week, Jonas is going to be basically a Biddle Week event powered by Near. And then on Friday through Sunday, it's going to be a Bufficorn PFP Lounge. So you need a Bufficorn PFP, I guess, to get in, or you need to know somebody who has one like me. So then let's talk about the final two venues. The Zen Zone. This is really interesting because the Zen Zone, this was news to me. It just actually changed. I think it's actually in a better location and it's bigger this year, which is going to be amazing. So the Zen Zone is basically your escape from the nonstop craziness of ETHDenver. So you can chill out. There's lots of things, meditation, yoga. There's like some CBD stuff if you're into that. There's all sorts of chill drinks and things like that you can kind of relax with. It's got great music too, guided meditations and yoga. Open 24 hours a day between February 17th and 20th. I highly recommend checking it out. It's insane, like just how much stuff is on offer here, and it's all just free. So, well, I mean, free, and then if you want to engage some more, you're gonna have to obviously buy some things if you want to walk away with some essential oils, or if you want to get a massage. But there's lots of ways to kind of sample this. The yoga classes, I believe, are free, and the meditation sessions as well. So calming vibes, beanbags, yoga classes, meditation, gong baths, which are really nice, essential oils, massage, Reiki, and more. So last but not least, the castle. So the castle is the mothership. It's the home of ETHDenver. This is where it all started. It's 6 floors of fun connected by interlocking ramps. Why interlocking ramps? People have asked this before of me and others in person at ETHDenver. Why are there these ramps going all the way up the sports castle? It used to be a car showroom. So you used to be able to drive all the way up to the top floor, which is amazing. It's insane. Better make sure your legs are in shape though, because it is a lot of walking. Walking up ramps gets very tiring especially if you're buzzing around a lot. The makerspace is at the top floor, of course. It has 4 stages of talks and workshops: the Web3 Art Gallery, the Bufficorn Swag Store, the coffee shop, the Shill Zone, not the Chill Zone. We just talked about the Chill Zone, but this is the Shill Zone for sponsors. The DJ Chill Room, which is always awesome. There's bodega. There's 3 floors of biddle space in the sports castle. And there's also a podcast room, a press room, the makerspace, as I mentioned, and the blockchain arcade. So this is really awesome. And it's just a warning out there to all the biddlers and all the attendees. We're likely to hit capacity during the peak times of day. You can imagine what those are like, probably sort of late morning just before lunch. And again, in the afternoon leading into some really high profile panels with all sorts of exclusive people. So those are going to be the peak times during the day. We're likely to hit capacity. So you just got to make sure, if you really have your heart set on seeing something, you get to the castle early and you basically make sure that you can get in. If you want to see it in person. And again, no worries if you can't get in. You can always live stream on Twitch, and you can always jump in from another venue and follow the rebroadcast of the really, really popular content. So I think that covers it. I have no idea if any of that came across decently, because I was just filling up the notes.
No, you did great. You really did great. Thank you so much, Matt.
Awesome. Thanks, Derek. Yeah, it's so much fun to talk about this because, in previous years, as I mentioned, it was just the sports castle, which is this purple, the purple blob on the map you guys just saw. We don't have to bring it back up, and then the Zen Zone was just a little kind of addendum to it. And then, as I mentioned, in 2020, we had some parties in the Art Hotel, and I think at Temple there were some sponsorship parties and stuff. But to see it go from that to actually taking over the whole strip, this is really cool. So
yeah, we keep saying internally, in a lot of ways, this is like ETHDenver's first year. It's our first doing so many things, new venues, the scaling. So we appreciate everyone's it's going to be a beta in certain ways. Even though this is our 5th year and we've got a lot of things figured out, we're also going to be doing a lot of things for the first time.
Oh, and not to mention, or sorry, like not to forget, we got to mention this. And we're going to talk a little bit about it later today, I think. There is a virtual sports castle as well, or a virtual castle. We call it the sports castle because it used to be, after it was a car showroom, it was like a sports bar or something, right? So anyway, the castle, there will be the virtual castle again for online participants, right, Derek?
That's right. The virtual experience of ETHDenver 2022, or fully hybrid, is also going to be dope. We're also going to have places to chill, places to shill, places to connect from February 11th to 20th.
It's so cool. But I keep telling all my friends, and I just tell everybody I know, I say, if you haven't made plans yet, if you haven't reserved your hotel room, if you haven't bought your lift tickets for Breckenridge, if you haven't done all of this stuff, you better do it now, because it's going to be, first of all, so packed, and second, it's just going to be a blast. Like, this is going to be the Vegas of, blockchain, Web3, crypto, ETH events for the years.
That's exactly why I'm going to try to hang out in the Zen Zone as much as possible.
Yeah,
I'm really happy it's in a separate building, so that it's a completely separate capacity. You can just walk over. It's insulated from the noise. It's gonna be great.
I love chatting with people, so I'm gonna throw myself into the fray. But I'm no stranger to the Zen Zone as well for a quick power up. Yeah, I mean, I love going over there and talking to the people. It's great. So I'm just so excited. It's also going to be really nice to walk around in between the venues. It's a great part of Colorado. Lest we forget to mention Torchy's, which is going to be probably have insane wait times. But it's a great place to grab a taco if you're sick of the food that's on offer.
We're gonna have a lot of good food trucks. It's gonna be hard to get sick.
We should just take over Torchy's. We should just hire them for exclusively ETHDenver.
Yeah, sponsored by ETHDenver. Pay with crypto. I have a lot of fun things to announce as far as Raffle we've got coming up and the winners of a previous contest. So first of all, thank you, Matt. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. You're a hero. Second of all, did everybody know that we love our Spork Whale VIPs? Because I want to give you an opportunity to get one of those VIP tickets. We used to call them VIP tickets. Now we're just calling them Spork Whale tickets. So in this transition period, I'm going to use the full name, Spork Whale VIP ticket. So our Spork Whales, they're beloved. I mean, some people minted 1 bufficorn, some people minted 2 dozen. There are all different kinds of folks in the world. On our next slide, I'm going to get to tell you a little bit about how we are going to give people who have bufficorns a chance to win a free Spork Whale VIP ticket. So these tickets go for $2,000. People bought them. They paid good money, hard-earned money for these tickets. That's the kind of experience people are going to get with this ticket. Here are a few of the things that it gets you if you have a Spork Whale VIP ticket. Guaranteed castle access because of this badge for the entire main event. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, no waiting in line. You just walk right in the front door past security. Next, every single night during the main event, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's going to be fun stuff going on. You're going to get priority access. Again, walk straight up. We'll be waiting for you. Flash this little Spork Whale badge with the little yellow Spork Whale on the bottom, and people will be doing their, "Oh, right this way, sir, madam." So during the day, VIP. At night, VIP. What if you're just looking to chill, though? There are not 1, but 2 different lounges that Spork Whales get access to. One is the Spork Whale exclusive lounge in the castle. Food, beverage, super comfy chairs. People are paying $2,000 for these tickets. We're not crapping like folding chairs. And also, over in the Jonas building that Matt described across the street, there's going to be a Bufficorn Bluff. That's a lounge only for people who either have the Spork Whale ticket or a Bufficorn they can prove they own. So those are a few of the reasons you might want one of these tickets. For me, being able to just walk straight in the front door of the castle any time of day is a huge perk. It's going to be very useful as we consider the fact that we have more people than ever coming to ETHDenver this year. And as Matt mentioned, we're going to be hitting capacity during peak hours. Up next, I'm going to tell you a little bit more. So these VIP tickets, on our next slide, they are already open. You can enter right now, but they will close after the stream next week. So these streams have been every single Friday, pre-event, Friday 10 a.m. Mountain. This is the 4th out of 5. Next week will be our last pre-event stream. And after that stream, we're closing up this raffle. Then we're going to tell on Discord and Twitter who won. If you win, you're good to go. This badge will be waiting for you in Denver at the pickup area at registration. Next up, I'm going to tell you how to enter. 4 steps. You can do it. Believe in me. I made a slide for each step. You cannot fail. I'm going to read these 4 and then I'm going to show you all 4. You can tell I'm a high school teacher by training. Number 1, you're going to get your Buffacorn over at buffacornbiddlebrigade.com. You can mint there. I mean, to be fair, you could also get one on OpenSea. Up to you. You want to roll the dice or do you want to pick it out? Number 2, you're going to join our Discord. That's where all the action happens, especially during the virtual event. Discord.gg/SporkDAO. We paid that good nitro money to get the custom URL, okay? Number 3, in Discord, there's a special role, the Buffacorn role, you can only get if you own a Buffacorn in your wallet and you verify that through Collabland. Shout outs to James and Anjali Young for making Collabland. It's an amazing Discord bot and Telegram bot used by many dozens of communities. I love them in the Collabland team. And number 4, once you've got your role and you have access to our exclusive Buffacorn channels only for Buffacorn holders, well, there's a giveaways channel. And all you got to do is click that little ta-da emoji on the bot and you're automatically entered. It sounds like a lot of steps, but the good news is there's breadcrumbs. If you forget everything I said, you can either rewatch this video or check out the next 4 slides. Again, on the next slide, number 1, go to buffacornbiddlebrigade.com. I'm shilling, deal with it. Number 2, after you get your Buffacorn, you're going to go to our Discord. That's where the magic happens. I'm biased. I'm the community steward. It's literally my job to wave hi at you when you come in. I'm not very good at it. Number 3, you're going to verify your Buffacorn. Collabland. It's waiting there. Click that button. Let's go. LFG. You click it, and it's like, yo, sign this MetaMask. All right, Buffacorn role automatically added. Channels automatically visible. Welcome. Special role if you own 20 or more. The Buffacorn Biddle Brigade whales. Shout out to my whales. And number 4, you're going to react ta-da to that bot. So really, you're clicking like 3 buttons, even though they're in different places. I believe in you all. So that's it. Like I said on this next slide, all you got to do is enter anytime in the next week. We close it up on the 4th after our next stream, and we're going to announce our winners. It's your chance if you want one of these VIP tickets, and you already own a Buffacorn, you can skip the first 3 steps. Just go click that ta-da emoji. Mainly, this is for my Buffacorns out there. Go to the Discord, click the ta-da. If you're confused, at Derek, I'll help you out. Up next, I'm going to tell you about a previous thing we did. So we love giving out prizes. We love being generous to the community. That's what it's about. ETHDenver's free to attend, always will be. And we got the perks. We're giving you sport just for coming, for building, for buying merch. Well, this one was the Buffacorn Biddle Brigade launch contest. When we launched our flagship NFTs a couple months ago, we had a promotional contest, you know, the kind of thing where you retweet, you get entries in a raffle. Today, I get to tell you who won what. Next up, the contest winners. I went overboard on these slides, so bear with me. I did the most. So, what are our prizes? Well, there's 100 prizes. 100 of you, whether you're watching or not, I hope you are about to get some free stuff. It's hard for me to keep my language straight when I'm this excited. 63 people watching right now. Okay, maybe you're not watching. I'm going to assume you are. 63 people watching are going to get some sport. Ooh, we got low, medium, high amounts of sport. We're just raining it. It's already in your wallet. It's the blockchain. I already gave it to you. 10 copies of B is for Bufficorn. That's a children's book if you don't know. It's the alphabet, but every single letter, like B, is for Bufficorn, and it's illustrated. I have this picture of Governor Polis and Vitalik reading it to children on stage from a previous ETHDenver. It's on our main site, ETHDenver.com. It's so cute. You have a chance to own one of these iconic books. We're going to be giving them to you if you win at ETHDenver for pickup. 10 gift cards for ETHDenver swag. All right, sweet. You don't even have to go to ETHDenver. It's for our online site. You could just like stay at home and buy some boy shorts or whatever. 3 Bufficorn Biddle Brigade NFTs. Again, already in your wallet. Isn't that crazy? I'm about to tell people that I have already, it's like delivered to you. Like, I didn't even need your permission. That's permissionless. Welcome to the blockchain. I'm giving you stuff. I don't even need your permission. And 1 Rainbow Roll NFT. Shout outs to Rainbow Roll. They're wiping away medical debt. Lastly, 3 Spork Whale VIP tickets. What? I thought you already said the VIP tickets. Yeah, these are more VIP tickets. We're giving away 3 to the people that help promote our launch because we're grateful. That's over $9,000 worth of stuff. By the way, the winners are from over 30 countries. It's only 100 people, but as I was going through it, I noticed that these people were from over 30 countries. So I went and I copy pasted the emojis for all the flags of all the countries these people are from. I'm not trying to dox anyone, but I'm just saying it's pretty cool when you get people from all over the world. My Canadians, my Hong Kong people, my Spaniards. We're out here. We're a global community. Seriously. I mean, it sounds like fluff, but like, at what point are you a global community? Well, you got people from around the world interacting. Okay, that's a community. Let me give you some stuff, okay? I love you. First up, Spork. 2,000 Spork tokens are going to go to all these people. I'm going to spare you reading these names right now. Back in the teaching world, we had a phrase, death by 1,000 presentations. I'm not trying to kill you with that. But stare at it, search for your name. Oh, did I win? Did I win? Did I win? Maybe you did, but guess what? Next slide. Okay, there's more people. They won too. Okay, that's 2,000 Spork. Congratulations. If you're out here and you're watching, Mantis Clone, I see you all the time in the Discord. Congrats. You just have more Spork. Like I said, it's already in your wallet. You're welcome. If you're not sure if you want some Spork, the good news is you don't even have to claim it. I know I've said this 7 times already. It's already in your wallet. If you didn't hear me, if you forgot, if you didn't even know any of this was happening, it's still yours. Doesn't expire. Yours forever. Verifiable. We love blockchain. Next slide. More Spork. 10,000 Spork. Ooh, Brady. Shout outs to my whales. Brady's out here in the BBB whale channel holding more than 20. Love you, Brady. Deserves it. Sergio Ordonez Ortiz is the artist of the entire set, by the way. Shout outs to Sergio. You now have 10,000 more Spork. Everyone here, I'm grateful for being a part of our community. And on the next slide, you'll see it doesn't even stop there. You thought 10,000 was a lot? We're just dropping 20,000 Spork on you right now. Congrats, Saru, DevonArtist.eth, and Rafat Hussein. You're welcome. Happy birthday. Up next, done raining Spork. Okay, it's Spork. What do I even do with it? If only you knew. Read the white paper. I won't bore you with it right now, but like, get more Spork. B is for Bufficorn. That book that I mentioned, congrats, Josh. You get a copy. I'm laughing because he's one of our core stewards. And frankly, I think his son's really going to like it if he does. Yes, Josh, you want a book. Congratulations. Really happy for you. Shout outs to Twitch chat. Thank you all for being here, for watching, so I'm not a crazy person talking to myself. Let's go, Bufficorns. Can we get some fire emojis in the chat? Up next, you thought B is for Buffer. Again, that's available for pickup at ETHDenver. All you gotta do is walk up to the merch table and be like, "Oh, I think I want a book," and we'll just hand it over to you after verifying, of course. Trust and verify. On the next slide, it's time to give away some, if I'm not mistaken, swag gift cards. Do we have swag gift cards? Yes, we do. Learn Polkadot. Buck. I'm gonna spare. Thank you, Pay Toll. I'm gonna spare myself the embarrassment of trying to read some of these names. Frankly, I'm not as traveled as I'd like to be. All y'all win $50 gift cards for ETHDenver swag. All you gotta do is show up to our merch table and say, the guy on stream said I want a gift card. and then the person at the merch table will say, actually, didn't the guy on stream say that it's not a physical thing, that we're going to email it to you and it's like a promo code? And you're going to go, oh, I should have listened to the first thing the guy on stream said, not the second thing the guy on stream said. So that's how you do the gift cards. We're going to email you a promo code. Up next, I'm trying to go fast, y'all. We got so many gifts going here. These Buffacorns, all of them with the iconic castle in the background. There's a lot of backgrounds. These are fairly rare backgrounds. Going over to you. Siyunha, Bipasun, and Okiagu. Excuse me. Already in your wallet. That's how we do it around here. We're just giving gifts. 0.1 ETH, more like 0.1. Thank you for being a part of our community. We really appreciate you. And lastly, 2 more things. 1, a Rainbow Roll NFT. If you don't know about Rainbow Rolls, they're wiping away medical debt. The mint price is 0.1337 ETH, and a good chunk of that money goes to buying medical debt for pennies on the dollar and just absolving it. Actual human beings, like 5,000 of them, have received letters in the mail that are like, hey, your medical debt has been absolved. And there's a little paragraph in there that's like, this NFT project on Ethereum called Rainbow Rolls bought up your medical debt and paid it for you. You're welcome. And these people are like, what's an NFT? I don't have medical debt anymore. So that's pretty cool. So all you gotta do is go mint a Rainbow Roll, hang out in their Discord. Great community. We wiping away medical debt. And congrats, Pablo, on your Rainbow Roll NFT. Last time I'll say it, already in your wallet. Final giveaway, drum roll. Spork Whale VIP tickets to 3 beloved members of our community, ETH Daily, Change the Game, and Michael C. Arif. These will be waiting for you at check-in in Denver. Congrats. Isn't that exciting? You didn't even know. You forgot that contest existed. It was like 2 months ago. Well, there you go. Retail for 2,000, our little gift to you. So that's a little bit about us being generous. Recap, I just gave away a bunch of stuff. You can watch the video on demand if you forgot and couldn't read your name fast enough. And most importantly, if you're like, oh, I didn't even know that was happening, what can I win? Please give, sir. The VIP ticket raffle is happening now. Eligibility, own 1 Buffacorn. How do you enter? Go click that ta-da emoji in our Discord. Really looking forward to seeing people in Denver, online. It's a community. We keep the party going all year round. That's all for me. That's all. I just wanted to pop up, give y'all some gifts. I love you. Jason, flexing the Buffacorn. Are you ready to show up in the Buffacorn bluff and sit in some comfy chairs and drink, I don't know, maybe whiskey? Something like that?
I'm all about that. Let's go. Whiskey.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
But I'm excited. I'm excited about the actual use of actually being able to use the Buffacorn.
I know, utility when, roadmap when. Yeah, I mean, come to ETHDenver. Like we're not full of it. Like we're gonna give you cool stuff. We're gonna try to make your experience nice. Like that's what we're here for. Let's go.
Yeah. So really fun. But that's exciting. That makes I don't know, I remember sitting in the sports castle, I think it was 2019. I was like, what is all this stuff? And then getting involved in 2020 with Biddle Week and then going, oh, I actually understand how this the Buffacorn is all going to come into play. And now I'm actually starting to see it. Now we got lounges. It's pretty awesome. Pretty exciting. Yeah. Pretty exciting. I got my 6 Buffacorns, so I'm golden.
You're ready to go. We got a quick question from the chat that was, how do I enter the raffle? Can everyone type SMH in the chat? SMH, shaking my head for that person, because I just spent 15 minutes explaining it with slides of the actual screens you need to click. That person needs to go watch the VOD after the stream. I'm not explaining it again. Jason, are you here to talk about the bounties and how people can win some money at ETHDenver?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to do like 2 parts. We're going to have some travel and mountain updates.
Oh, that's right.
And also have, obviously, there's some questions going around on Discord and Twitter. So we're going to kind of answer those questions. And then I'm going to have Jonathan and Annie kind of come up. We're going to talk a little bit about some bounties at the very end. But let's jump into talking about the travel and the mountain retreat. So
yeah.
Oh, well, that's cool. So let's go to the next slide. So for the travel for Doubletree, we have a handful of rooms that are left that are available for sponsors and judges. The due date is today. So if you're looking for a room, I think there's probably like 5, 6 left. So if you just hit up either sponsors or hit me up at the judging email, which is judging at ETHDenver, or hit up Shannon. We can get those locked in. Same thing is true for the Art Hotel. There's only a handful of rooms left for sponsors and judges. Again, that's due today. There's that. And then from a transportation perspective, we have filled the buses about 75% of the way. And so if you are looking to be able to get from the Art Hotel all the way to Breckenridge, there's only, I think, about 70 seats left out of the several hundred that we booked. So go to ETHDenver.com/retreat. There's an actual button on there that you can actually go in and purchase. If you are bringing your family or your friends are coming with you, feel free to book an extra seat. Once we are sold out, depending on the demand, if it ends up being like super, super high to where there's more requests of buses, we'll consider adding another bus. But right now we have a pretty good amount of buses taking us up there, and it's going to be a pretty fun time. We're starting to see people actually submit events. In years past, most events don't get submitted till usually the first or 2 weeks before the event. So we're starting to see those come in. So if you do have an event and you are hosting a party at your house, or you rented out a bar, or we're looking at maybe even having some meetups on the mountains and having having a bunch of people ski and snowboard down the hill, hang out at different areas. So those are things that we're looking at. So that's basically my update as it relates to travel and mountain. Hit me up in Discord, and we'll kind of answer any of those questions. Let's see, hold on. There's a couple questions on here. Can I bring my dog on the bus? I don't have a direct answer. I would need to talk to the bus company. I would imagine probably not, unless it's a service dog. That would be my guess. But I will find out, and I will respond back to in the Discord channel about that. So cool. Let's talk about bounties and tracks. So there's a handful of questions that I'm seeing, and I just want to kind of bring some clarity around them. So what are tracks? So tracks are basically, there's 9 different tracks that we've created this year, and each track is represented by what I would call a segment of the economy, or the different types of groups. In there, there's different sponsors that are sponsoring each track, and I'll show you those in here in a moment. So each track is unique, and it focuses on a specific topic. So that could be like DeFi, that could be DAOs, could be NFTs. There's 9 of them, and on the next slide, when we get there, you'll kind of see them if you haven't seen them yet. For those that are coming to participate in the Build-a-thon or the Hackathon, there are a couple rules. So the first rule is that as a team, you can only submit to 1 track. So if you are going to work on a project and you're going to focus in on the NFT, you're going to enter into the NFT track. If you're really interested in blockchain and space or the new frontier, you could submit your team's project to space and the new frontier. But you can only submit to 1 individual track, which is pretty fun. So how many total finalists are there going to be, and what is the total track purse? So the total amount of finalists that all the judges are going to be voting on, they will be voting to submit 30 teams to the finalist stage, and each track has $15,000 in bounties, or not bounties, track prizes that are going to be allocated. Now, how does it work when you have 4 teams that might be in the top 30 that end up in, say, the NFT track. Well, the $15,000 that's allocated gets split up by 4 ways. So each team will get awarded a fourth of the $15,000 prize, and that's that's just how we're going to do it. And just so you know, that's also how we've been doing it in years past, and it just seems to be the easiest and most fair way to do it. All right, let's talk about sponsor bounties. How many sponsor bounties are there? So all week I've been talking with all the different sponsors, and where we are at right now is hundreds. There are hundreds of different sponsors that are submitting bounties. Most of them, depending on what their sponsorship size is, will depend on how many they submit. But it's ranging from anywhere from a $500 bounty to I've heard $7,500 for a bounty, and they're kind of all over the place in regards to what type of bounties you can actually do. Let's see, how many bounties can you submit as a team? The total amount is 10. So you can choose one track and you can choose up to 10 bounties. So if you have a really powerful team, you could potentially walk away with $20,000 in bounties because you've submitted and you wanted them all. So it's pretty fun. So there's that. And then what type of bounties are there, and are they available both in-person and virtual? So a unique thing for ETHDenver 2022 is that we have 2 build-a-thons happening. There is the build-a-thon for the in-person, and there's the build-a-thon for the virtual. They're both happening simultaneously. The difference is that the in-person, you have to be physically present for it. And the final turn-in date is the 20th at 8 a.m. And then the judges are going to go about it. For the virtual build-a-thon, that's going to go all the way up until March 20th, March 21st. And then judging happens from March 21st to the 24th. And then we have a big ceremony on the 25th announcing all the winners. So the way that it all works, because this is a very common question in my bounty calls, is if, say, a sponsor is going to have $50,000 in bounties, that means that $25,000 in bounties are available in person and $25,000 are available online. And in that, that's really the only requirement that we have for the sponsors. So some sponsors might have similar bounties that are available in person and online. And because we have a longer duration for virtual, some sponsors are talking about having special, unique ones that are a lot harder to solve and are higher purses, and they're available only on virtual. So it kind of depends on what their strategy is. We do suggest to them that they make similar ones. That way, if you can't make it to ETHDenver this year because of concerns around COVID or travel restrictions, you can at least participate in, say, the Discord channel, hang out, try solving, and actually participate. You can hang out in the virtual castle. So you kind of have that the dual environment. Then the other benefit here is that, say that you win in person, you could actually continue working on that in the virtual world and then submit it again and potentially win again. So it's kind of a double whammy of winning. So there's that. Let's see. Last question here before we look at what the tracks are and who the sponsors are. So there are about 200 judges that we have sent out invites to judge the tracks. We've had over 2,400 judges that actually requested to be a judge, which is an insane amount of people. And now we're just in the process of confirming them. We're going to build them and put them into teams of 3 to 4. And on Sunday for the in-person, they'll go around and they'll focus on a single track, and they will go and look at about 16 teams each. And then from there, they will submit that to the judging pool, and we will end up figuring out which are the 30 that are going to go to the finalist stage to go in front of the celebrity judge panel, which will be announced later. So there are those types of judges, and then there are the sponsored judges. So every sponsor that has any form of bounty are going to have their own team that goes around at the same time that the track judges are to judge your bounties. And so they'll have an easy way of finding you, and you'll be able to show them, this is how I used your bounty in my project, and persuade them that you made the best project, and hopefully they pick you. So that is kind of the most common questions. I hope that answered a lot of those questions. If they don't, feel free to hit us up on Discord, and I'll work on getting some responses there. So let's talk about what the 9 tracks are for this year. So the 9 tracks are Colorado Jam, which is a partnership with the state of Colorado, where you can actually build on things that deal with the infrastructure for Colorado. There's some pretty cool things happening in there, and we're really excited to kind of see what happens, just because Colorado has had such a profound involvement in actually shaping a lot of crypto infrastructure and policy. So it's pretty fun. Then there's DAOs and communities. So those are working on creating communities together, and just kind of how you're kind of shaping it, policy. There's a lot of different ideas that I'm hearing from the different sponsors that deal with it in regards to their approach. And I don't want to steal their thunder. I'm going to let them talk about that on the launch on February 11th, when they're actually talking about the bounties. We also have DeFi, so decentralized finance. We have the impact, which gets more into things like actual impact into culture, UN. There's actually specific criteria around the impact track. There's the mobile first focus track. Obviously, NFTs is like a huge thing that's happening in this last year. We have the gaming and metaverse. There's a lot of fun things happening in there. Infrastructure and scalability. So that's really kind of looking at how are we preparing for the future. And then there's the new one, which is the space and the new frontier. So that's space, specifically like going to the space with Richard Branson and Blue Origin, sorry. And then there's also just, what does the new frontier of blockchain and crypto look like? So each of these 9 tracks, there are 9 different sponsors, and we've been kind of announcing them on Twitter and around the social, but now we're going to actually show you kind of what they are. So on the next slide, if we go to the next slide, these are the actual sponsors. So Colorado Jam, as I said, is sponsored by the state of Colorado. DAOs and Communities is sponsored by Consensus Mesh. DeFi is API 3. Impact is Uniswap Labs. Mobile first focus is Cello. NFTs is Upshot. Gaming and Metaverse is Polygon. Infrastructure and Scalability is Scale. And Space in the New Frontier is Lunargistics. So those are the main sponsoring tracks, and there's going to be booths in the main hub where if you want more information about who they are, what they do, you can go and talk to them, and they can provide you more information and details about who they are, as well as discussion about what their bounties are. And if you want to know what their bounties will be, they will be involved on February 11th, where they're actually going to be talking about their bounties. So you'll want to make sure you join us for that. So those are the sponsors for the different bounties. So before that, let's just talk about team formation. So the way to form a team, there are a couple different ways. First, you can go to our Discord channel and you can find the hashtag find a team. And that's how you can kind of start saying, these are ideas that I have. What are your ideas? And maybe in that you can form a team. There's also going to be icebreakers. We actually have an icebreaker directly after this live stream, to where you can engage and talk with people about, these are my thoughts and ideas. And then you can also join us during Biddle Week. Biddle Week is a great place to attend workshops, listen to people, maybe see other people that are attending, be like, hey, what is it that you're thinking about? What's the problem you're trying to solve? And you might be able to form a team that way. I've seen a lot of teams do that. And a lot of even some of the sponsors that we have this year are projects that came out of Biddle Week or came out of previous hackathons at ETHDenver. So it's pretty fun. So those are great ways to get involved. Now, what does a strong team look like in order to make it to the finalist stage? So I wouldn't say that there's an actual rubric of this is the best strategy. I would say it's typically like 2 developers, a business-minded person, and a creative. Those seem to be, in the regards to the 4-man team, those seem to be the best performing teams. So what we are starting to see in that is the support of the 4-man team. We're actually starting to see that being formed in the actual bounties. So when you're thinking about a build-a-thon or a hackathon, most people that are attending, they're like, well, I'm not a developer, so I don't know how to program. So why would I want to participate? Well, this is an exact reason why. Team formation, the strong hat team is both a mix of developers, designers, and marketers. So if we go to my last slide here, there are ultimately 3 types of bounties that I'm starting to see by talking with our sponsors that are putting up the bounties. There are technical bounties, which are what you would expect. Bounties where they're trying to have you solve a problem, show how you can integrate their problem or their technology directly into your project. There are also now business-focused bounties. So a lot of the people that are judging the bounties are the CEOs, the co-founders, the CTOs, and they really want to understand how you're looking at this from a business perspective to actually solve the problem. And then the third type of bounty that I'm starting to see are what are called like designer or creative bounties. And it's really fascinating because I know that having been involved with ETHDenver for 2 or 3 years now and meeting some of the people, I've gotten to, like Jonathan is one of them. He's talked a lot about what does future of bounties and getting into the designing culture and things that don't have to do with development. Annie, in the same regard, also is starting to see that with like IRL. And I think we have about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes left. So I think what it would be fun is actually to bring up Jonathan and bring up Annie to actually kind of talk about bounties and what it would look like that are outside the technical space. Welcome, Annie. And there's Jonathan. This is great.
Yeah, we did it.
Holy smokes.
Our teamwork combined.
So, Jonathan, I know like in the past, like we've had conversations about this is ultimately in the future, you want to see more of the business and the designers getting involved. Do you want to expand a little bit on because you've been involved with this since ETHDenver launched, how do you see the non-technical people getting involved?
Well, I think it's a natural evolution if you look at where we're at in the ecosystem life cycle. Like in the beginning, it was a bunch of hackers at meetups, in the basement of different places. And you look at the evolution of ETHDenver from that maker space, from that hacker kind of community meetup vibe, growing into, whatever this is. Like every year we kind of say, what is this thing? It keeps growing into taking on a life of its own. And the ecosystem kind of is maturing with that as well too. So in order for these projects to have meaningful impact for real humans, which is why we're here, we're not just here at the end of the day, we're having fun and it's all guys, in parties and a bunch of exploratory sort of projects and things like that. But at the end of the day, we're trying to push the technology forward for meaningful impact. I think if we look at where the world is today, you can make a case and argue that the world needs what we're proposing to be able to do with this technology. And so I feel like this is a year where the rubber hits the road, and this is going to require that teams are not just a bunch of coders with an idea serving a very niche thing. There's a saying in the space that coders, build tooling because they're solving their own problems. And so once we grow out of that, we're going to have to embrace a wider ecosystem that is diverse and has diverse talents. And that's where this opportunity comes in to bring both creative talents, and I use that loosely because these are all creative endeavors, but creative skill sets, as well as things like project management and other things to round out a team and make it successful.
Got it. I love
Yeah.
that. And then
Absolutely.
Annie, do you want to talk a little bit about like what creative bounties might look like? I know you guys had a conversation on Wednesday. Do you want to like share a little bit about what that was like?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like several of the tracks are creative in nature, and just to echo what Jonathan said, I mean, a lot of the tools that are being made are for creatives, are for people. And so having your voice as a creative heard and worked into developing these projects is crucial, and into making sure that it's useful, that it's like a good product. And so I think that coming at it from that angle is really important. It's a role I've seen myself in as an artist and as an art director. Um, a lot of the auctions over the years at ETHDenver have been treated as use cases so that, these platforms and things can evolve with artists and art galleries in mind. And it's still very much a work in progress. So I think, having diverse voices is really important. And yeah, I'm really excited to participate. We're able to build the gallery early this year, so I won't be so exhausted during the conference. So there might actually be a chance to get in there and compete on some of the prizes. We're rebuilding the entire sports castle in Decentraland. So in addition to the incredible virtual space in Gamer Jibe, we're going to do our best to create an architecturally accurate rebuild of the castle. And I could give y'all a little sneak peek of our progress so far.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. I got logged out, so I kind of have a basic character, but here you can see the sports castle, hopefully. And
That's so awesome.
there's a few of our team members, Boombox and Fractillions. We were so lucky to land a pretty big grant through Decentraland. So we were able to bring on and strengthen our team. So yeah, bringing on more developers and people to team up with us artists to really bring these visions to life. But as you can see, all the ramps, I'm going to hop out the window. But yeah, so we're getting there. We basically have the building done. I had my friend and teammate Andrew at the castle yesterday when we were finishing up building, and he got some great photos of the stained glass. So we're actually, going to be taking real textures and photos of the space and incorporating it into the metaverse. So we're really excited.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and I don't know like very much code at all, so I hope that I can just instill some confidence into, other women and minorities that, there is a path forward for you to participate, and it might be awkward. We're all awkward, so just figure out where your ideas are and where like you see a solution. We're all about creating solutions, and through navigating the space, like what do you see that needs to be created, and all, so that's our angle, is that we're recreating our physical spaces because we think it's important to document this crazy experience we're going through, and also to promote accessibility. So the idea of anyone in the world can get as close to an actual experience of what's happening IRL. And yeah, that's our jam.
I like the grass and I like the sky.
Yeah, Decentraland's beautiful. It's a massive software or metaverse. It's all Web3 based. They have their mana token. We put a grant up. It was voted on by their community. So they're really sophisticated with their DAO. And I've just been so impressed. And I'm really excited to continue learning and finding ways to like integrate Decentraland in more of our projects.
So if someone is in our in basically our virtual sports castle, are they going to be able to like sit down and watch like the live streams that we have?
Yeah, that's the goal. So we'll be the full art gallery will be linked out, so you'll be able to find the auction through Decentraland. We're working with Meta Factory to recreate their whole store. So there will be a virtual store. And then I think it'll be just the front row, or what's considered dynamic objects. So your avatar can sit in the front row and watch the live stream.
Got it.
And our goal is to get as much done as possible before the conference, but then we'll have a little podcast space up in the maker space, and we'll be doing some live streaming of our final builds of some of the more spontaneous things, like what happens in the maker space. So we'll be live building so that we can ideally get it as close as possible by the end of the conference. But yeah, we'll have the live stream, and I'm working with Jessica to get as many of her assets so we can really put those on the walls and everywhere throughout the space, so it just has as close of a feel as possible.
That's awesome. So I think the fun thing here is the progression, like Jonathan was talking about. We started with developers. Now we're starting to see the business and the creatives actually getting involved to kind of expand it. We have total diversity in regards to who's actually being involved. I think that's a huge critical thing. But I'm really excited to see what happens, and I think it's going to be a great year. I'm really looking forward to using my Buffacorn. So
yeah, me too. We'll try to work in some cool Buffacorn stuff. We're definitely, we're hoping to get to it and do like a POAP scavenger hunt, and so we'll be trying to gamify it, and hopefully meet people there that might have some experience to give us some pointers, because we're still in a huge learning phase ourselves.
Cool.
Yeah, I think one thing it's really important to say here is a lot of people don't know how to get connected. They don't know what the on-ramps are, and we're really working hard to make that accessible to a lot of people. And like we're talking about, if you're a designer, if you're a non-developer, a non-traditional hackathon person, and you're wondering about how you can get involved, we have Icebreakers in the Discord channel. Discord is a great communication platform where we can have deeper, kind of more open conversations, less live stream style. It's more conversational. You can get connected there. These Icebreakers sessions are designed now after this live stream, but also leading up to the event itself. There's a series of these events in person as well as online to be able to help you guys find teams and find projects that you have some synergy. So a team can be looking for somebody to do the visual side of their project, and you can have a designer who's looking for an opportunity to get involved with the project with some sort of synergy around the problem that they're solving. So if that's you, you should definitely be signing up for and showing up to any of these icebreaker things. I'm going to go ahead and show that for us right here to just jump into the Discord from this link and look at those Friday morning icebreakers, because that is the number one way right now for you to be able to get connected and start building some relationships that are going to lead to the foundation that will help you be successful during the event itself. So definitely get started as soon as possible.
That's exciting. I just think about all the people. Obviously, I know who's coming and judging, but it's like even being able to present your idea in front of some of these CEOs and CTOs, especially with how the growth of the last year has been, is a pretty unique opportunity as well. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. I love the space. The projects that come out of ETHDenver, I think, are known to be some really good projects that have seen legs and have real great application. There's incredible community to be made. You can show up at places. Everybody's super friendly. It's the Colorado vibe. Everybody, the second question they ask you what your name is, and the second question is where are you from, everywhere in Colorado. And that's especially true at ETHDenver. You'll find it to be the most welcoming community. You'll get connected even if you don't know anybody going into it.
Cool. So I think I'm done. I don't think I have anything else to talk about other than I know that we have the icebreaker happening in the Discord channel. So I just loaded up my Discord. So are there any other announcements? Are we good, Jonathan?
I think we're going to I think we're good. I'm going to bring back Matt, and I'll say goodbye.
All right.
So thanks for everything, Jason.
Yeah. Thanks, Jonathan. Thanks, Annie. Hi, Matt.
Hey guys, hey Annie. I just want to say you all really crushed it. Derek was just had me cracking up. You know, it's not exciting to read out 10 or 20 names off a slide, but he made it work, and I'm sure there's lots of really excited people out there who got Spork, who got VIP tickets. It's just awesome, and great job going over the judging stuff as well. Yeah, you guys were really also like cutting it up together. It was really fun.
So
So
cool.
what do you I haven't asked you actually, what are you most looking forward to?
So I would say, so I spent about half the last year in Miami, and living in Denver for the last 5 years. Here I was used to kind of more of that infrastructure, scalability, policy. Obviously, we had like the Digital Token Act and all that stuff. And then we had the Speedy Bank and kind of like the financial stuff. Whereas when I went to Miami, it was very more like the NFT creative culture. And so I started shilling ETHDenver to all my Miami friends to come out here because it would be so much fun. And kind of like we were just talking about with Jonathan and Annie, is the convergence of both the technical as well as the creative. So for me, I'm really excited to see the two worlds kind of start collaborating more, because I think that's a big thing that's going to drive our community and our culture a lot further and faster. But outside of that, there is another thing that's happening that haven't really talked about yet, but it's coming in, I think, in the coming week in regards to something cool at the Sports Castle.
Wow, what a cliffhanger, what a teaser. We should just leave it there. I just want to say once again, thanks for everyone for doing the live streams and basically putting together this amazing event. It's an incredible effort. There's a lot of volunteers, a lot of organizers that go into this. As Derek, I think, mentioned earlier, tickets are $2,000 if you're, just a regular attendee looking to kind of find out about the space, or you're just some crypto VC that can afford a $2,000 ticket. And the reason why is because the money from those tickets actually goes to sponsoring the hackers. This event is free for all the hackers. So that's one thing that's always been true with ETHDenver. And it's really good to see the volunteers, the organizers, everyone come together and just do this as basically just a seminal kind of Web3 crypto event. Like this is the place to be. I've called it, the Super Bowl of crypto events. Just after the Super Bowl, I've called it the Vegas of Web3 and blockchain events. It's just going to be really, really great this year. And everyone, from John Poller and the entire team have worked really hard to scale it up this year. So thanks for joining the live stream. Thanks for having your patience to stick with us as we give you all the updates, as we give you all the info, as we sort of trickle it out. And Jason just teased something for next week. So I hope to see you all there next Friday. We will be literally 1 week out from the kickoff and Biddle Week. So really exciting stuff. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and can't wait to see you IRL and online.